Closed captioning for the Let's Dine Out show provided by
Sammy's Cafe No. 2, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Sammy's Cafe No. 2 in Rancho Cucamonga.
Let's Dine Out is made possible by support from Food for Life Baking Company, makers of over 60 organic, all-natural sprouted baked goods, as well as gluten-free and vegan products. Food for Life Baking Company, dedicated to better health since 1964. Foodforlife.com.
Holiday Cafe, your neighborhood diner with 2 locations in Ontario and Mr. D's Diner in Laverne. Ready to satisfy your hunger and budget? Serve Pro of South Redlands, Yucaipa, providing 24-hour emergency service to any size residential or commercial emergencies, like water, fire, mold, or storm damage. Professional, insured, and bonded. Serve Pro of South Redlands, Yucaipa.
And viewers like you, supporting local public television. Thank you.
I'm food critic Alan Borgen, member of the Southern California Restaurant Writers. I've been finding the best restaurants in the Inland Empire and Southern California for over 27 years. This is my job. This is my passion. Let's dine out. Welcome to another delicious edition of the Let's Dine Out show. I'm food critic Alan Borgen.
And I'm Trisha Jansen.
Now normally we do 2 different types of cuisines in one show, but not tonight.
I get a little upset. He called me and said we're going to do 2 Mexican restaurants. I'm like, 2 of the same kind of food, but I will say this is a very unique episode where there's 2 totally different styles of Mexican food, so get your pen and paper ready. You're not going to want to miss this.
So what's on the menu tonight?
Tonight, our first stop will be at Sonora Grill in Moreno Valley for a taste of Mexican street food. Then we're off to Riverside for a taste of some delicious, authentic Mexican dishes from Mexico City at Habanero's Mexican Grill. Located in a shopping center on the corner of Alessandro Boulevard and Heacock Avenue in Moreno Valley stands Sonora Grill. Operated by Rosie and Rudy Garcia, this family-owned restaurant features a wide variety of Sonoran street foods with a unique and delicious twist. Everything is made fresh on the premises, including the tortillas. And don't forget to check out the newly opened tap room, which offers over 20 craft beers to choose from.
Here we are in Moreno Valley at Sonora Grill, and come closer, guys. We have a real secret for you.
Okay, a little closer, a little closer. Okay, get your pen and paper. We're not kidding. All the dishes except for one that we're going to cover tonight are not on the menu. These are secret menu items. Some are offered only on certain days, and we'll tell you, but you're not going to be able to walk in here and say, I want whatever, unless you have the menu items. So write them down.
Not so loud. Shh. It's a secret.
It's a secret.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay, the first item, elote. It just sounds so melodious. Anyway, $4.50. You've seen these at the street fairs. This is where you have corn on a stick. Okay, this is special though. This is bacon wrapped. Hello, it's ridiculous. So they take corn, of course they boil it, they wrap bacon around it, put on that flat top, and it gets all crispy, and it's cooking in that buttery, there's butter in it, but then also the bacon grease. He adds mayo, cojita cheese, tahine, which is a citrusy, spicy salt, and then fresh lime. Oh my gosh. I named it Love on a Stick. This is perfection. It's sweet, it's caramely, it's salty, it's spicy, it's tangy. I love this.
It was very good. I just like to see it a little more roasted, a little more done.
No.
That's all it's like to say?
I loved it. In fact, it is only available on Tuesdays. I will tell that. I'm going to repeat it again. It's only available on Tuesdays. So if you come here on Tuesday, get in line. Save me a spot.
Next came the chorizo super fries, $7.50. This is kind of like a breakfast item. This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
First, it starts off with chorizo and eggs. They kind of scramble up together. Then they get a large bed of crisp French fries, and then it's layered with refried beans, 2 different types of cheeses, Again, the chorizo and egg mixture, fire roasted green chili salsa, and sour cream. For one thing, it's layered, which I really like.
Yes.
What's nice is it's crispy. The different flavors is really good. The chorizo too, it wasn't real greasy or spicy. It had a little heat to it.
I have to say, everything pretty much is made from scratch here. He makes his own red salsa and his own green tomatilla salsa, and he roasts everything. He's really into smoking and grilling, so all the meats are smoked. I mean, there's so many elements of what makes this restaurant special. We'll get into them as we go, but
Plus
that is one of them.
And the portions and the prices.
Well, just everything. Just you're gonna die when you see it. Next, I love this name too. I got all the good name ones today. El Chapo Burrito.
No, wait.
$10.99.
Wait, didn't they? He's in. I thought he was in jail in prison in New York.
No,
They brought him here to
been
Moreno Valley?
extradited to Moreno Valley.
Son of a gun, didn't know that.
Okay, this is a handmade 14-inch flour tortilla. They take beans, they take rice. You get your choice of meat, chicken or steak. We did chicken. There's a Colby cheddar mix in it. There's pico de gallo, his fresh salsa, avocado, house-made fire roasted salsa. It's covered and wrapped in bacon. They put it on that flat top so that bacon, again, it's kind of like between a burrito and like a chimichanga. It's so pretty and delicious.
I don't know why the whole world was after El Chapo. This is a great dish.
I know. He's short and chubby, and
this
it's
is short and chubby.
delicious. I love it.
Food. It was full of flavor.
Yes.
And the price for this,
$10.99.
You can't beat it. It's really enough for two people.
Oh,
I
for
think.
sure. For sure.
Next came the pastrami heartbreaker, $14.99. Oh,
Now,
okay.
watching you eat this was scary.
You talk about super messy. This is a 1 pound all beef hot dog that's wrapped in bacon and put on the flat top. So it's nice and crisp. Then they had 9 ounces of grilled pastrami, grilled onions, pinto beans, cheese, mustard, chipotle mayo, and pickles.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, it comes to you. It's bigger than the table here. I thought it would be messy as can be.
Yes.
The bread they make here themselves, all their buns and everything, I thought it was delicious. The bread was really nice. It was kind of sweet. It was soft.
It is.
I was expecting it to be
fluffy.
toasty.
It's very
it's like
fluffy.
and soft, but it really went together. It's an all beef hot dog and bacon, and with all the other ingredients, you can't go wrong with
Pastrami. I thought the flavors were great. I love, of course, the hot dog works with the pastrami and the mustard and the onions and everything in it. It's just huge. I mean, it's enormous, and you can't even tell from the picture how big it is until you put it in comparison with something else.
And again, the princess is eating it with a knife and fork.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's disgusting.
It's
but
huge.
Oh well.
You scared me eating it. It was scary. Well, the next item, I got another version of this giant hot dog. It's called the California Heartbreaker, $13.99. So it's a 12-inch, 1 pound, all Angus beef hot dog, bacon wrapped. Geez, everything I've covered is bacon wrapped. I love it. Pinto beans, grilled onions, cheese, French fries. The guacamole sauce, again, is tomatillo and avocado mixed together. Then they top it with sour cream and slices of fresh avocado in that homemade bun. It's delicious. However, I felt like it was lacking. I kept tasting. I'm like, it's missing something. What is it missing? And then somebody had mentioned in our crew the crispy onions. And I think if they sprinkled those crispy onions on top, I felt like it needed a crunch. So that would be my suggestion: is to top it with crispy onions. It's kind of all one color. It's very green. So I think the crispy onions would add a little bit of a texture,
or you
color,
can buy
crunch.
it from the can, that crispy onions.
Absolutely, but he would make them because that's just the way he
This
is.
is a massive creation, and again, this can feed a village. And
Yes.
it was messy. I think the avocado is what gives it the textural part that you like. It doesn't give the crispness because the avocado makes it smooth.
And I love avocado. It's very creamy. I also want to say it feels like a newborn child. It's huge, guys. I mean,
She gets
seriously.
so attached to food.
I know.
What a
Little baby.
princess.
Cuckoo caca.
Next came the smoky pulled pork flautas, $9.50. This was 3 flour tortillas and filled with smoked pulled pork that he does 20 hours. Then it's cut up in half, so you actually get 6 pieces of it. And they have an incredible barbecue sauce. It's like a homemade barbecue salsa combined. Absolutely delicious, smoky, sweet. What a great, great dish, and very filling.
Yeah, we did this with beans and rice. As a groupie, you can get it by itself if you don't want the beans and rice. I will say their beans and rice are magnificent. They do use a little bacon fat in their beans. I could tell right away.
Plus,
I love the flavors.
Everything's got flavor in the rice. Firm, dry, very, very tasty.
Very creamy, the beans. I also want to talk about the barbecue sauce. He takes that roasted salsa, which is, roasts all the chilies and the tomatoes, and he pulverizes it. Then he adds a very heavily molasses
It's
flavored.
a sweet one, yeah.
So it's very sweet and spicy, delicious.
Unbelievable.
I want to bathe my whole body in it.
I wanted quarts of it.
I know.
It's true.
Next, again, bacon wrapped chilerianos, $9.75. Now, chilerianos are probably one of my most favorite dishes. I always say I want to taste a chileriano at a Mexican restaurant. This one is completely different, and those of you out there that are trying to cut your carbs, you're trying to eat more paleo, I'm going to say this feels a little healthy. Now, stay with me here. So he takes a fresh poblano chili, roasts it, grills it. Then he stuffs it with a mixture of ground beef, potatoes, corn, 2 kinds of cheese, queso fresco and Monterey Jack. Then he bacon wraps it, puts it on the grill, flat top, gets it nice and caramelized, tops it with a little bit more cheese and a little bit of sour cream. We did get it with beans and rice again because I love those beans. You know, there's something, I do feel healthy eating it. I'm just going to say it. I feel healthy. You can call me a hypocrite.
You look so skinny.
I know, thank you. I love that there's no breading and I love the flavor of it. So $9.75, delicious.
And our last dish was the cranberry almond tuna sandwich, $5.50. Now this one is on the menu. This is no secret. This was, you get the choice of breads. We got sourdough. They crisp it up, toast it, and grill it so it's real crisp. And it has a wonderful tuna mixture of tuna, red onions, dill, sweet corn, and a secret, more secrets, mayo sauce. I don't know how they do it, but they make it different. It was absolutely delicious. My only complaint was the bread was kind of dry. On the inside, I would just add more mayo.
I would do some flavored mayo. You've covered this before, BT, before Trisha, and this just sounded so up my alley, this cranberry almond tuna sandwich. And it's not something that he normally does, like it's not like the rest of his dishes. He wanted something that somebody could come and get to go quickly, you know, somebody at work. And it really is spectacular. People that don't like tuna like this sandwich.
It's just lots of flavors.
It's really good. So what were your 2 favorites? Or 3? Should we do 3?
I'll do 3.
Let's do 3.
I would say the El Chapo burrito.
Okay.
I really liked it. I really liked the chicken. Very good chicken.
Yes.
Pastrami heartbreaker. I mean, if you're going to go, this is the way to go.
Well, you dug into that.
If this was your last meal before you go to Lindora or Weight Watchers, this would be the dish. Unbelievable. And I would say the pulled pork flautas.
Okay.
I loved the pulled pork. I thought my pulled pork with the smokiness, I thought mine was the best. No. This one is just, it's actually right up there.
Wow, you heard it here, folks. Alan's admitting his isn't the best.
Excellent dish.
I'm going to say the elote. I was in first bite. I knew I was going to love it, and everything about it, I loved it. I'm going to say the El Chapo. Just maybe I like to say the name. I don't know. It's bacon wrapped. Definitely my favorite dish, though, was the bacon wrapped chileriano. I thought that was spectacular.
Good choices.
Absolutely.
Well, we're done with Sonora, and now we're going to go to Mexico City via Riverside at Habanero Mexican Grill. I'm getting hungry. I can go for a big burrito. What about you? Or more bacon?
No.
Wow. Located at the original Zacatecas Mexican restaurant site on University Avenue in Riverside stands Habanero Mexican Grill. The dining room is decked out with brightly colored walls, while the huge banquet room is the perfect setting for a fiesta. Under the ownership of Ernesto and Lupe Carbajal and the culinary vision of Chef Tomas Carbajal, Habanero Mexican Grill is one of the crown jewels of Mexican restaurants in the Inland Empire. Wow, from Sonoran hot dogs with lots of bacon to Mexico City where there's no bacon.
No.
But Mexico City is really neat because it represents central Mexico. And what's neat about it is all the different regions around Mexico is represented in the food here. You got seafood, you got moles, you got a whole bunch of great foods. And it's more of gourmet capital of Mexico. The food's phenomenal, so let's get right into it then. First dish we had was a huarache con camarones, $16.95. This consisted of 4-ounce steak adobado on top of a chili relleno sauce. On top of the steak was a cheese enchilada, and then on top of that was pico de gallo and cojita cheese. It also came with 6 large succulent shrimp on a delicious bed of rice. It came with de la olla beans, which are basically, it's very classic beans with the cojita cheese and pico de gallo. What was nice about this dish was the flavors. Everything was good. The meat was a little tough.
Yeah.
And I don't like tough meat, but this to me was so tasty. To me, it was worth chewing. First of all, I need to exercise. I'm always being accused of not exercising, so my mouth is really in
Your
good
mouth
shape.
is fit, Alan.
It's very fit. But also the shrimp were very, very succulent.
Yes.
I love the sauces. It was just a nice little plate.
Yeah, I put in my notes, number one, I really love the presentation. I thought it was so artfully plated. Secondly, cheese enchiladas are so boring, and this one was not. This one was fantastic. I went in for a second bite. Flavorful, delicious. I loved the sauce on it, the Moreno sauce. It's had a nice tomato flavor. It actually felt like tomato soup and grilled cheese. That's what it flavored. Beautiful, beautiful flavors in that.
Too much bacon on your head.
No, it was delicious. Next, we had pollo fresco, $11.95. So this is very unique. I haven't seen this anywhere. They julienne the tricolored chips on the base of it. Then they take red and green bell peppers and onions and they saute them with fresh spinach. A little bit of cheese. I'm sure there's some sauce in there. What I loved about this is it was very reminiscent of chilaquiles, surprisingly. It really was, because you had the chips mixed with sauce and cheese.
We're just missing the eggs.
Well, but a lot of times chilaquiles has the eggs on the side. So it had that flavor. And then you have this beautiful chicken. First of all, it felt healthy. Number one, if you're trying to low carb it. But then it had all these textures in it. You had the crispiness from the taco chips, but just a small amount. And fresh vegetables. I thought it was delicious. I mean, I have like 3 stars by this.
Well, the chicken was very moist. I don't know about chilaquiles, but it was a very good dish.
I want you to come and get it, and I want you to email me, trishajansen@gmail.com.
I
really feel like it had a very chilaquiles, the chip part of it. Very
Next,
good.
salmon combo. This was $16.95. This is a 7-ounce salmon fillet that was cooked and plated with a jalapeno butter cream sauce. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And it had 4 shrimp in an enchilada. Again, it was stuffed inside there. Came with the rice and the de la olla beans. I thought this was excellent. The fish was moist.
Yes.
I mean, it's right in front of us. It was moist. It was tender. Grilled on the outside. Got a little crunch to it. I loved the sauce. You could I wanted bread actually, not the tortilla. I would just dip it. I mean, you could bathe yourself in the sauce. It was delicious.
I agree. One thing they perfect here are their sauces. They have such an evolution of flavor. I mean, they're beautiful. And I don't love seafood, and I thought this was just spectacular.
It was.
Absolutely. Next, we had chile verde, $9.95. So this is a very generous portion of the chile verde in a beautiful dish with rice, the regular rice, and refried beans and a little sour cream on the side. Serve it with 3 onions on top, which is kind of unusual, but it really adds to the flavor.
Garnish.
Nice garnish, and some, I love the sour cream with it. And you get it with tortillas, corn flour tortillas, but who needs that when you're trying to eat the pork? The flavor of this chile verde was through the roof.
What was interesting, it had the tang like most chili verde sauces, but it was almost like an undertone of creaminess.
Well, it
was very smooth,
well,
very different texture.
It did, and then of course if you add sour cream to it, but it also had a very pronounced, to me, lime flavor to it, which I really liked. However, I felt like the pork was a little tough. It was not super tender. But again, I liked the flavor so much that I just kept chewing and I didn't care.
I heard you say that, and I tried 3 different pieces, and they were tender.
Yeah, maybe I got a bad one.
Well, maybe your mouth is still aching from the bacon you had.
It could be.
You ate a lot of bacon.
I did eat a lot of bacon. Delicious flavor, though.
Oh, very good. Next was Oaxaca mole enchilada. This is $9.95. This is 2 chicken enchiladas smothered with a dark mole sauce with a little cheese on top of it. It came with refried beans, rice, and some sour cream. I thought this is excellent. I love mole. It's my number one sauce anywhere. This has about 14 items. I've had some with even more. I tried making it once. I'll never do it again.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
This region is known for their moles.
We're very proud of it.
This was sweet, mildly sweet, very dark. You can almost taste the Mexican chocolate. But what's nice about it, had a nice kick to it. Sometimes it doesn't have a real spicy kick to it. This one had a lasting kick afterwards. Just delicious.
Yeah, and sometimes the kick is too much. We've had where they're very strong. I thought this was perfection. It had enough of the spicy, it had enough of the sweet, and enough of the heat.
Just perfect.
So I thought it was delicious. And I like that it was very generously, the enchiladas weren't like wimpy. You know, like I feel like you need to have a substantial enchilada to go with the richness and complexity of that sauce.
The portions at this restaurant is amazing, along with the prices and the quality. You can't beat it.
No, absolutely not. Next we had fajitas Suprema, $16.95. Of course we want steak, chicken, and shrimp because we're piggies. We want to try it all. It came with the de la Hoya beans and the pico de gallo and guacamole. You know, this was very flavorful, and I loved it. it was caramelized. The flavors were there. The meats were very delicious. It was the same steak, so it was a little chewy, but very, very flavorful.
See, I thought this was more tender.
Okay.
I think that one was just overcooked a little bit.
Okay.
I like the flavor. It was a little tender. The shrimps, I don't know why they're frozen shrimps, but very, very succulent and plump and juicy.
I think the way they're marinating, I think they're using a lot of citrus, and the flavors just come through. Very, very, very good. I highly recommend it. For $16.95.
Can't beat it.
I mean, come on. Next, we did a chile relleno and a hard beef shell taco, $10.95. Comes with beans and rice. It's a poblano chili. They stuff it with cheese. They batter it with an egg batter. This one had so much cheese on the inside. The batter was perfect. It wasn't the ratio wasn't off, meaning there wasn't too much breading or it didn't fall off. The relleno sauce was so flavorful. What I wanted was more of it. That's the one critique I have of that. Then their taco. I mean, it's a taco, but it was delicious. It was perfectly done.
Crisp,
tender meat. Everything about it was. I mean, for $10.95, you can't go wrong.
Very tasty shredded beef. Again, this restaurant's all about flavors.
Absolutely.
Can't say that about all restaurants, but everything here
so
has
good.
Flavors, nothing bland.
Yeah. Last but not
Lastly,
least,
the carnitas burrito, $10.95. See, we didn't eat enough, so we had to have a burrito. This is a massive burrito. If I was a Mexican dish, I'd be a burrito. This is a large burrito. It was topped with tomatillo and cheese sauce. And it was stuffed with large chunks of fried pork. It had refried beans in it, tomatillo sauce, and pico de gallo. It came with rice and refried beans. I really like this. Lots and lots of meat to this delicious burrito.
I was actually the most shocked by this dish. You know, I'm not a fan of burritos. There's
you have to lift it up
too much going on in a burrito for me. This burrito, I mean, I have stars by it. This was spectacular. The flavor of the carnitas with the green sauce, and it was very creamy, and then the sour cream. I was blown away by how much I loved this burrito. So, and again, $10.95, insane.
You know, picking our favorites is a hard thing to do, so you start with them first.
Throw me under the bus. Well, at least if I do it first, he can't say that I copied him. The pollo fresco, without a doubt. Again, healthy and delicious, has all the things going for it. I'm going to say that chile relleno and beef hard shell combo, it's so simple, but it's so good. And I have to say the carnitas burrito, shocker. Flavors in that were just out of this world.
See, you only copied one out of the three, so that's not too bad. My favorites were, again, pollo fresco. Very, very moist chicken, lots of flavor. I really like it. And to have the different vegetables underneath it with the crispiness, delicious sauce, fantastic. Secondly, the salmon combo. I love salmon. This is perfect. That butter, creamy jalapeno sauce was stupendous.
Yes.
Ask for a quart of it or a gallon. They'll probably do it for you. It was that good. And thirdly, the Oaxaca mole enchiladas. You get two of them filled with chicken, ton of sauce, just smothered with a rich, complex tasting mole sauce. Just fantastic.
A culinary adventure.
Oh, I'll tell you. Well, Tricia, two more restaurants that we've just discovered, and I'll tell you, eating through Mexico is really fun.
My pants are unbuttoned under the table.
They don't pop, yeah.
We've eaten so much. You know, it's so exciting when we can share these types of dishes with you guys. We want you to write down what you like and get in your car and write down. You know, stop watching TV, go eat.
Go eat. Until next time, food critic Alan Borgen here.
And I'm Tricia Jansen.
Happy eating, everybody.
Let's dine out.
I'm getting hungry. I can go for a big burrito. What about you? Or more bacon?
No.
Wow. Can you imagine?
Although street tacos kind of sound good in a way.
Yeah, well, they have.
We need a jog there. We need a jog there.
Wait. No jogging, no sweating.
We need to jog there.
No.
Jumping jacks. Something.
Someone's going to carry us there. Next came the smoky pulled pork flautas, $9.50. Flautas.
You said flautas?
Flautas. Next came the smoky pulled pork flautas, $9.50.
Questions or suggestions for the Let's Dine Out show? Contact Alan or Tricia. Or visit letsdineoutshow.com.
Closed captioning for the Let's Dine Out show provided by
Sammy's Cafe No. 2, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Sammy's Cafe No. 2 in Rancho Cucamonga.
Let's Dine Out is made possible by support from Food for Life Baking Company, makers of over 60 organic, all-natural sprouted baked goods, as well as gluten-free and vegan products. Food for Life Baking Company, dedicated to better health since 1964. Foodforlife.com.
Holiday Cafe, your neighborhood diner with 2 locations in Ontario and Mr. D's Diner in Laverne. Ready to satisfy your hunger and budget? Serve Pro of South Redlands, Yucaipa, providing 24-hour emergency service to any size residential or commercial emergencies, like water, fire, mold, or storm damage. Professional, insured, and bonded. Serve Pro of South Redlands, Yucaipa.
And viewers like you, supporting local public television. Thank you.